For years in my corporate career, I have been a subservient person. What does it mean? It simply means that accepting everything that you are given to, right? Never questioning anything. Follow all the rules and regulations. Do not disobey. Do not question. Even if something does not align with your belief, don't question. Just do what you're asked to do. And at times in doing so, I felt very miserable. Why I'm saying this? Because at times someone would say something to do and I will do it even if I will feel that I'm not supposed to be doing it, right? And how many of you, while I am talking about this, are feeling that you are also somewhere down the line are a victim to this kind of a phenomena or a politics in the corporate? And just because we are unable to communicate with power and authority, we lose on many opportunities, as well as we also feel miserable and we sometimes curse ourselves. But don't worry, because I would never want you to do so. I have overcome this mentality and victimhood mentality, I would rather say. And in this video, I am going to talk about those 5 ways you can communicate with power and authority with people, right? So are you ready? In case if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love if you just hit the subscribe button and share these videos to whom you think that it will really help. I would really love to hear. And do not forget to tell me in the comment if these videos are helping you, because that is the only way I know that you're watching it, you're loving it, or if you have any feedback. So please do not forget to leave the comment. It is going to be a very short video. So without a further ado, I'm going to talk about those 5 ways you will communicate with power and authority. The number 1 way, do not assume subservience. What do I mean by this? You can still be respectful to somebody without being subservient. So अगर मैं हिंदी में इस चीज की बात करूं तो subservience means आधीनता, किसी की आधीनता स्वीकार कर लेना. Though it is different from slavery, but subservience means that somebody is saying something to you, you are just doing it without even questioning, without even thinking, and you have accepted everything, or you have accepted them as a whole, and you don't have any power. So subservience means that you have given your power and authority to somebody and you are unable to claim your power and authority back. I always say this, that if something does not align with your values, always have open and honest conversation. So do not accept subservience, do not assume subservience. If someone is saying something which does not align with your values and beliefs, question them, ask for clarification, and because ultimately you're trying to add value, right? You're not directly accepting it. So don't assume subservience. Number 2, avoid a desperate tone. How often we have seen others and sometimes ourselves as well, that if we really need something, we kind of just go and ask for that particular thing repeatedly. Let's say if we have to ask for an appraisal, we will just ping the boss on IM or Microsoft Teams that in modern days that this time please take care of it. This is a desperate tone, right? I always say this, that make a case if you want something. If you want something, make a case for it. What is it that you can add as a value, right? If you want other people to become interested in you, you have to become interesting in them, right? How you can add value to them. And once you add value, or at least show a case of how you are going to add value in their life, then you can definitely ask for those appraisals. You can definitely ask for those things. Here, you're not at all trying to be desperate. So avoid a desperate tone. Number 3, avoid appearing needy. Remember, everything has a price. So don't beg. If you want something, deserve it. Do something for the other person and then you deserve it. You ask for it. So avoid always appearing needy. How many times you have experienced this in your life, that there's some relative of yours who always call you when he or she needs something from you? Don't you talk about them in the family or with your friends that, oh my God, he is again calling, right? I'm sure that he must be calling because he wants something from us. I mean, doesn't it happen with you? It does happen with everybody. So there are people who have formed an image for themselves that they always call or they will always contact you or meet you because they need something, right? Here I'm talking about communicating with power and authority. So you have to avoid appearing needy. And number 4, understand the difference between assertive as well as aggressive. Remember, when you are assertive, it means that you're firm, you're solid on your point of view, and you are not changing that. It does not mean that you're trying to impose your point of view to somebody. It means that you are firm on your point of view, but you are trying to communicate with your firmness, but you're not disrespecting the other party. You're not disrespecting the other person. You're listening to the other person. But that does not mean that you're trying to accept it as it is from the other person. You're firm on your point of view. You're putting across your point of view with the authority. But aggression means that you are trying to impose your point of view on the other person. And it's a kind of you're making them believe that whatever you're saying is right and accept it. And I think that is wrong, because ultimately, my mentor always say that be aggressive with your ambition, but do not be aggressive with your connection. Whenever it is required to be assertive, whenever you feel that something what you are believing into, it is right, it is ethical, and it is not impacting anybody negatively, be firm on that. And remember, in a long run, leaders, managers, and people around you will respect you for having your point of view. And people who usually accept things as it is and assume subservience, as I talked with the very first point, they don't get people's respect. And it is one of the leaders' quality that they remain calm and cool, but they put across their point of view with firmness and heaviness in whatever they say. And number 5th point is learn to ask questions without interrogations. What am I saying here? Right? If you need something from somebody, you usually say, okay, can I ask you to do this? Can you tell me something about this? So we always try to interrogate. Remember, I was reading about this point of view somewhere that, questions and interrogations were originally made for FBI people, police, people who interrogate a lot. I'm not saying that you should not ask questions, but there are ways to ask questions. So let's say if you have to ask someone to tell them, more about themselves, like you would usually say, can you tell me something about yourself? So rather you can say, I would love to know more about yourself. I would love to know more about your journey. I would love to know more what happened after that incident, right? So instead of asking a direct question, say, I would love to know more about. I would love to, right? I'm keen to hear from you, right? So if you ask questions without interrogations, it helps you to know more about the other person, because the other person would love to explain more and more. And one more thing that I must tell you, that nobody likes to be questioned. And if you use this trick to ask questions from the other person without even interrogating them, without even making them feel that you're interrogating, there are chances that you would know a lot about them. So these 5 ways, if you can use, you can also become a powerful communicator. You can communicate with power and authority. I always say this because I've learned this from my mentor, that never ever lose and lower your status and lose your power to somebody. Always have your power with yourself, right? You remember, you deserve to speak. I repeatedly say this, you deserve to speak. Why would you remain silent if you know something is right? Why would you remain silent if you know that you deserve something? Why would you not speak, and why would you remain silent if you know that something is wrong happening and it is impacting your life? You are cursing yourself just because of that particular person or the incident. Remember, you deserve to speak. Don't forget to speak with authority from next time onwards. I hope you loved this video, and I would really appreciate if you show some support, because I'm just reaching towards 800 subscribers in next 2 months. By the end of February, I'm targeting that I should reach to 1000 subscribers. So your help If you shared my videos to people who really need it, probably they would watch it and they would definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And my entire intent is to add as much as value as I can from my experience and the learning that I'm getting from my mentors from all across the world, and take that knowledge and serve it to you on the platter, so that you also become the deserving speaker, the deserving person everywhere. I really appreciate you watching this video. I would meet you next time on the next Sunday again at 8 p.m. with the next video. This is Tausif Hasan signing off until we meet again.